Welcome back to Drive Studio Updater. Light pours over the carbon fiber shell of the Aptera, a teardrop-shaped marvel that seems plucked from a sci-fi dream. In the sun-drenched California workshop of Aptera Motors, a company reborn after years of trial by fire, innovation is humming quietly. Today, this two-seat, three-wheeled solar electric vehicle commands attention, not with flash, but with real substance and bold promise. Aptera Motors, resurrected by original founders Stephen Fambro and Chris Anthony in 2019, rebuilds from the ground up with a mission to reshape automotive efficiency through radical design and solar integration. Their goal? A vehicle that can run most daily commutes without ever needing to plug in. This dream, once dismissed, is now very close to becoming tangible. The updated company had raised over $140 million by April 2025 and is planning initial sales in 2026, with full-scale production targeted for around 2028. The design is purpose-built for efficiency. Picture a carbon fiber and fiberglass composite body shaped like a raindrop, engineered to slip through air rather than punch through it. The drag coefficient hovers around an astonishing 0.13, compared to the Tesla Model 3's 0.23, thanks in part to wind tunnel testing courtesy of legendary Italian design house Pininfarina. It's lightweight, trim, and ready to redefine what's possible, what Aptera calls the most energy-efficient production car ever envisioned. Sunlight itself is the engine. Up to 700 watts of integrated solar cells grace the hood, dash, roof, and rear hatch, enabling up to 40 miles of free, solar-powered driving per day, enough for most commutes, and offering over 10,000 miles of solar miles annually in bright regions. On a full battery charge, the 2025 Aptera aims for a total range of up to 400 miles, with some projections even suggesting options that could reach 600 or even 1,000 miles under ideal conditions. Powertrain-wise, the company shifted from earlier hub motors to a more feasible front-wheel drive axle setup designed with Vitesco technologies, a move signaling a matured production approach. Charging isn't limited to the sun, however, drivers can use Tesla's NACS connector for fast charging, hitting 50 kilowatts DC speeds. Visually, the Aptera is unmistakable. It resembles a spaceship, an aerodynamic marvel with a body that fuses form and function. At CES 2025 in Las Vegas, Aptera unveiled this production intent version for the first time, a bold declaration that they are nearing reality. Built with mostly production tooling for the body's composites, it still uses non-final components in places like the suspension and interior, but the direction is clear. Figures shared at CES were optimistic. 0 to 60 mph in under 6 seconds, a top speed of around 101 miles per hour, and a price starting at about $40,000 for the launch model. Inside, thoughtful space utilization ensures enough cargo volume, 32.5 cubic feet, to house bags, gear, and even stretch into a sleeping arrangement with their camping kit. But hopes remain tempered with skepticism. A lengthy piece by Inside EVs captured this. While Aptera's CES display and validation test rides left a strong impression, questions linger about practicality, safety, and delivery timing. Meanwhile, Reddit users warned of risks tied to crowdfunded ventures. Greater than. At this point, I am convinced whenever I see a three-wheeler being pushed with fervor, it's largely a scam. Aptera is a two-seater that will cost as much as a new Model Y with less safety features, less functionality. Still, Aptera is inching forward. In early 2025, they wrapped up a crowdfunding campaign and opened reservations with over 50,000 interested customers. All the while, their annual reports indicate continued financial losses, $59.20 million in 2023 and $34.9 million in 2024, but hope lies in the infusion raised via crowdfunding and investment. Aptera's progress isn't just about cars, it's about shifting paradigms. They're partnering with Tello Trucks, a micro-electric truck startup, to supply integrated solar panels as optional accessories, transplanting their solar tech into more utility-focused vehicles. For Drive Studio viewers in the United States, here's why the Aptera's journey matters. First, it's bold in the truest sense, shedding plug dependency for solar autonomy. Commuters who average under 40 miles a day may never need to charge from the grid, an ironic twist that flips the narrative on charging infrastructure woes. Second, the ultra-efficient design could carve a new niche for eco-conscious weekend adventurers, campers, and minimalist travelers. Third, it poses a challenge to automotive norms. 3 wheels, space-age shape, and solar independence all defy convention. Yet, it's not to be romanticized. The road from prototype to production is littered with startups that fell short, especially in automotive. Safety, regulations, manufacturing logistics, investor confidence, all these can derail even the most advanced concept. Aptera needs substantial capital to fund low-volume production. They've cited needing $60 million more as of April 2025, and success hinges on delivering not just an innovative vehicle, but a reliable, safe, and scalable one. Still, by CES 2025, they're no longer vaporware. A real-looking car glimmered under show lights, and validation runs began, with efficiency targets like 100 watt-hours per mile on highway tests reported during shakedown road trips. News outlets like The Verge echoed the significance of their Pininfarina-assisted wind tunnel work and solar integration, noting that Aptera may finally achieve what once seemed impossible, a solar-powered EV that exists, not just in imagination. As you consider how to convey this story to your audience, Drive Studio could frame the Aptera as the embodiment of audacity and resilience. It's a story of resurrection. A company that vanished in 2011 resurfaces with crowdfunding, perseverance, and solar ambition. It's a cautionary tale, but also a hopeful one. Perhaps the future of mobility lies not in horsepower wars, but sunlight and engineering elegance. The 2025 Aptera isn't just a new car. It's a conversation starter about sustainability, autonomy, and design. Whether it becomes a niche curiosity or a hallmark of a solar-powered age depends on execution. But already, it has shifted expectations, and captured imaginations. For your script, consider embedding personality and voice. Reference the shape, the craftsmanship, the experience of seeing the gleaming shell at CES and perhaps testing those early validation runs. Use vivid language, spaceship, fits, and reflect on what sun-charged freedom could mean for your viewers. Then ground it in reality. Reservation numbers, financial pressures, skepticism, but also the promise in every ray of solar power stitched across that sleek carbon body. Let your readers feel the sunshine on that smooth shell, and hear their pulse quicken with the possibility of never having to rage quit charge stops ever again.